When a lion hunts, he doesn't look at the whole jungle. His eyes are locked onto a single prey. That's exactly why he's called the king of the jungle. But humans, despite having far more intelligence than a lion, shift their focus every single day. Sometimes it's their phone, sometimes it's other people's opinions, sometimes it's fear, and sometimes it's just comfort. And then, one day, they ask themselves, why haven't I succeeded even after working so hard? If you also find yourself constantly getting distracted from your goals, make sure to watch this video until the very end. Because what you're about to hear today just might change the way you think. Imagine holding an arrow in your hand, but there's no target in front of you. No matter how much power you put into shooting that arrow, will it bring you a win? No, because direction is far more important than power. Today, millions of people around the world are working hard, but very few actually reach their destination. The reason isn't a lack of effort. The reason is that their effort is scattered. Today they have one dream, tomorrow it's another. Today they read one book, tomorrow they get swayed by someone else's opinions. Today they believe in themselves, tomorrow they break down over a single piece of criticism. A person who changes their direction every single day can never reach their ultimate goal. Remember, as long as a river flows in one direction, it can carve through mountains. But if that exact same river started changing its course every few miles, it would never reach the ocean. Your life is just like that river. You don't lack potential. What you lack is the ability to keep your focus locked on a single goal for long enough. The biggest thief in today's world isn't a person. It's your distracting habits. Grabbing your phone the second you wake up, checking social media for just 5 minutes, watching one video, then another, and before you know it, an entire hour is gone. After that, your mind tells you, I just didn't have the time today. I'll start tomorrow. But that tomorrow never comes. The truth is, success doesn't come from having time. Success comes from making time. Every successful person made one core decision in their life. They decided they were going to do something for their goal every single day, whether they felt like it or not. Because they knew that discipline is always greater than motivation. Motivation lasts for a few hours, but discipline pushes you forward for years. When a sculptor strikes a stone for the first time, nothing happens. The second strike, the third strike, the 100th strike. The stone still looks exactly the same. But then a moment comes when the very next strike splits that stone right down the middle. People will say that the final blow did the trick, but the reality is that the previous 100 strikes built up to that result. Your hard work is exactly like this. If you aren't seeing results today, it doesn't mean your hard work is going to waste. Your very next attempt could be the one that changes your entire life. That's why you should never quit on your goals halfway through. Because the vast majority of people give up right before they reach the finish line. Always remember one thing. A person with massive goals has to make massive sacrifices when it comes to their comfort. If you want to stand out from the crowd, you have to drop the habits of the crowd. While everyone else is relaxing, you need to be learning. While everyone else is making excuses, you need to be putting in the work. While everyone else is busy watching other people's lives, you need to be focused on your own dreams. That is what true focus is. Focus doesn't just mean getting a task done. Focus means saying no to absolutely everything that pulls you away from your goal. The day you learn what to let go of is the exact same day you realize what you need to achieve. Because success always belongs to those who keep their priorities crystal clear. Make a promise to yourself starting today. No matter what the world says, no matter how tough the path gets, and no matter how delayed the results might be, I will not take my eyes off my goal. Because in the end, victory belongs to the one whose eyes are fixed on the destination, not on the obstacles along the way. Close your eyes for a second and think about this. If your life is exactly the same 5 years from today as it is right now, would you truly be happy? Would you be able to say that you gave absolutely everything you had for your dreams? If the answer is no, then starting today, you have to begin your biggest battle. And this battle isn't against another person, it's against your own wandering mind. The truth is, the hardest thing in the world isn't working hard. The hardest thing is staying committed to the exact same goal, day in and day out. Because every single day, your mind will feed you new excuses. Sometimes it'll say, let's just chill today. Sometimes it'll say, we have plenty of time. And sometimes it'll ask, what's the point of working this hard anyway? But remember, the mind is a wonderful servant, but a terrible master. If you let your mind overpower you, it will never let you reach your destination. That's why successful people don't work based on their mood. They work based on their commitment. When a mountain climber is scaling a peak, they don't look down at every single step. If they kept looking down, they'd get paralyzed by fear. Their eyes are always focused upward. Why? Because they know that their feet will go exactly where their eyes are focused. The exact same rule applies to your life. If your focus is on people's criticism, your confidence will shatter. If your focus is on other people's success, you'll breed comparison. But if your focus is strictly on your own goal, you will make progress every single day. There's another mistake almost everyone makes today. They start with a massive burst of excitement, but a few days later, they just quit. Remember, starting is easy. Keeping that momentum going is the real test. A single drop of rain can't break a rock, but if that same drop falls continuously for years, it can leave a deep mark on the hardest stone. That is the power of consistency. You don't have to change the world every single day. All you have to do is make sure that today is better than yesterday. If you worked with absolute focus for 1 hour today, do an hour and 10 minutes tomorrow. If you read a chapter today, make sure you read tomorrow too. Small, consistent steps are what eventually lead to massive destinations. Always remember one thing. Success doesn't happen overnight. It's the ultimate result of making small, right decisions every single day. So start your day by asking yourself one question. What is the one thing I can do today that will get me closest to my goal? And then go knock that task out first. The rest of the world can wait, but your dream can't. Remember, time waits for no one. Every passing day is either pushing you closer to your goal or pulling you further away from it. The choice is yours. Do you want to make history or do you just want to read about it? Because you can't do both at the same time. The exact day you understand the value of your time is the day your success begins. People often ask, how do I increase my focus? The answer is incredibly simple. Start cutting out the things from your life that add absolutely zero value to your goals. Behind every yes, there is a hidden no. If you want to say yes to your dream, you have to say no to laziness. You have to say no to your phone addiction. You have to say no to pointless arguments. And most importantly, you have to say no to your own fear. Because fear only breeds where belief starts to fade. Make a promise to yourself today. Before changing my destination, I will increase my grind. I won't wait for the right circumstances. I won't wait for the perfect time. I will start working on my goal with absolutely everything I have. Starting today, right here, and right now. Remember, a day will come when people will look at your success and say, you're so lucky. But they will never see the sleepless nights you spent. How many times you struggled alone? How many times you were knocked down, only to drag yourself right back up? So don't wait for the applause of others. Listen to the voice of your own dreams. Because when your focus becomes unbreakable, even the circumstances start shifting in your favor. And finally, just one more thing. The day your goal stops being an excuse and becomes your ultimate responsibility is the exact day success starts walking toward you. Keep your eyes on the prize, keep your feet on the grind, and never let your belief break. Trust me, for a person with unbreakable focus, winning is just a matter of time. As this video comes to an end today, I want you to do one thing for me. Put your phone down for just 1 minute and ask yourself the single question. Am I truly as dedicated to my dream as I make it look to others? If the answer is no, then this right here is your new beginning. Remember, success doesn't come from one massive decision. It comes from the small right decisions you make every single day. So don't wait for tomorrow. Start right now. Because in the days to come, you won't be defined by your words, but by your focus. If you got value from this video, make sure to share it with anyone out there who is fighting for their dreams. And if you want every video to give your mindset a new direction, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next video with a new idea that might just be the next major turning point in your life. Until then, remember, the destination belongs to the one whose eyes are fixed on the goal, not on the obstacles along the way.